fact, one of these roster kind of mix-up changes that we're talking about to kick it off here. We have them involved of what is Bad Monkey Gaming. They're the same. They're the team that we know and love here. They're going up against what officially is back to Sync Esports, I'm being told. Slap did confirm with me. They are now known as Sync Esports once again, so there you go. This is apparently the new Sync Esports, and again, how interesting is it? We got Slapped, Zibe, Serenia, Macera, and Haxerin, so obviously kind of a fusion of what formerly was Panties Boys and formerly Mint kind of coming together to form this new Sync team here. So they're going under the Sync banner, and this should be interesting to see how they play out. Now, with that said, of course, I do got my co-caster for today. Actually going to be joined by one of the players here, going to be joined by Near once again. Near, how's it going?
It's going great, man. Just finished watching some football. And, yeah, this is looking like an interesting series. There's a lot of things that can happen here.
Yeah, you know, as I'm kind of going over there, again, the very interesting thing is this is a new team here on this Legion side. Going into the scripts, they did not play yesterday, so this officially is their first match as a team. I don't know what to expect, to be frank. I mean, these obviously are skilled players and definitely a very scary team when it comes to names, but how do you think these guys are going to fare here?
I'm not sure. I'm quite interested to watching this because they have the chance to come out and dominate and then show some fear into future opponents. Or if they might struggle here, other opponents might think, okay, it's not, you know, the Sync we used to know in the past, of course. There's new players here, but it's still Slap drafting, and I would assume he is trying to implement the same style of play that X or the old Sync was playing.
Yeah. Yeah, we did have Slapped on after... I forget when it was. I think it was after, or I had him as a co-caster, I believe it was. And anyways, he basically was talking about this new team right here. And again, as far as the roles goes, I believe Slapped is going to be the jungler. You got Haxerin is on the carry role. Zibe, Suicide, Serenia support, of course, and Macera going to be middle. So, for the most part, they're playing their traditional roles here. In fact, really everyone is. Haxerin going back to his carry ways, I think, is the exciting thing about that. Of course, he has plenty of history playing that carry role. So, but yeah, as you say, I mean, really, this is going to be, we're going to find out a little bit right here against a very good BMG team, of course, on the other side. So we got a draft to talk about, though, Near, so let's start getting into that. Midas, Tremble, Wild Soul, Warbeast were the bands. Behemoth and Magmus, Pebbles and a Pyromancer, and Ophelia coming out. The Slapped Ophelia going to be seen here against now a Lodestone for BMG. So what is your take on this draft here?
Snap pick Behemoth. It seems to have found its way to a first pick in many games here. Seems to be the more popular route. It is a strong hero, so I understand that. And he goes with the Pebbles Ophelia, so I'm assuming that he's going to go and push early and try and force the fights, because Pebbles can do a lot. And Behemoth is trying to get his blink early, so with the tower pushes as well, he will probably have it at a reasonable timing too. It's going to be some trouble for BMG if they lose a fight into some towers. But BMG do have a lot of magic burst damage on their side. I'm not too surprised of the lineup. Pyromancer, strong hero, Mag 2, Magmus, Lodestone. I mean, strong burst. They don't need all three of their spells to land, or all three heroes to land all their spells to be able to kill someone from the Legion side. So, yeah, they have a strong bursty lineup on their side.
Yeah, plenty of burst and just combos of the two even. So, again, the Ophelia really is interesting to me, though, because obviously Sync for the longest time, I mean, Ophelia was just so ban-worthy against these guys. And obviously what was the similarities here is that Slapped is still, of course, part of this team now, and in fact, the captain even. So he's going to get his hands on Ophelia, so kind of wonder if that's going to really backfire on BMG here or not. But, well, they're going to have to deal with it, so we'll see how they fare.
It's going to be interesting to see how they will perform in the next next weeks, months even, because Haxerin to me is that, you know, Mage Bane, the Dark Lady kind of player, and Slap with the X-Sync kind of style is the all team fight, and you don't really team fight that much with a Dark Lady, with a Mage Bane. You want to sit back and farm.
Yeah. So
it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to play out. I mean, what are they actually going to do? And they go with the Swift here, and that's also more of an active carry, so. Yeah, I think they're gonna take the fight early and put BMG to the test here of the Ophelia pushes.
So yeah, we're thinking that's gonna be. See, this is interesting though. Okay, so yeah, probably gonna be the carry Swift and then Suicide Swift Blade here, or Suicide Behemoth, excuse me. And so they're probably gonna final pick a support here. with their 5th pick. Deadwood coming out as the 4th pick for BMG, so perhaps in a little bit of a response to Swiftblade. But, man, you were giving a lot of credit to the burst of this Hellborn lineup, and they throw a Deadwood on top of that. So they're just all about, we want to kill you quickly here.
Yep. If they can kill the Pebbles, they can kill their Swiftblade before they use their spells. I mean, there's still the BE, of course, getting him out. If they can kill 2 heroes before they use their spells, they should be able to win a fight. But it's going to be hard. Rhapsody and Ophelia is so strong. Huge push potential, and the save capabilities of both heroes is very hard to deal with. So it's going to come down to, can they burst people down before they use their spells? Or will Ophelia and Rhapsody save them before?
Yeah. Well, the final pick here now is, you almost figure it's going to just continue that tradition here with this final pick. Okay, Malakin, they get their carry option taken care of in the end. Baltazar will most likely end up on that. Yeah, BMG doesn't really scream Malakin when I think of BMG, to be honest, so perhaps a little bit different of a carry option for them, but that's what they end up with here.
It looks like a Root of Sea Magnus pulling into the jungle and trying to get a fast portal key to contest these pushes, what I would assume. So it's not too bad for them here, because they don't really have the heroes to stop them. I guess Rhapsody could start top and maybe surprise him and annoy him a little bit, but it's definitely risky when you have Ophelia. I think you just want to focus on your own lanes and your own pushes.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I got to say I'm excited to be back. Obviously, again, I missed yesterday here. As far as the casting goes, I know Znui stepped in and did a great job at that, but it's good to be back. Good to be back casting some Haunt once again and kicking off Cycle 4 here, officially for myself at least. So, wow, jeez, what the hell are you? Oh
that has to be some troll.
It's the team strat disconnect. It's to kind of throw the other team off, I guess. I don't know. That's just silly.
They tech up or something, and then that's why.
Oh, that would be hilarious if they did that, actually. No, but see, the interesting thing about that, I was actually talking with Zlap before the game. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the tag situation figured out just yet for Sync, so they're going to have to wait till probably this week here to get that tagged up. I guess Flensmeister still has a team, and he's been MIA or something like that, so they weren't able to get the tag here, but... Yeah, but anyways, but again, this is just one of several teams that have gone through some roster changes here. Fresh, the new Fresh team, it's completely new. It's basically just Pro Busk plus 4 new players on the team. I'm blanking on who it actually is right now, but we're going to be seeing them later today. In fact, our next matchup, we're planning to cover them, BMG versus Fresh, coming up next. So. They have a whole new roster change, obviously, and then you got Reason Gaming, from my understanding, also went through a couple of changes on their side. I know Catlo Mine specifically is not part of the team anymore, so yeah, I guess Cycle 4 is bringing on several changes here, but hey, you guys over in Evo Corporation, you got BMG, you got Complexity, standing strong, keeping the same rosters, so.
Keeping the same. I think also something to talk about is, I mean, it's not Mickey on Pebbles anymore. No disrespect to Masera, he's a great Pebbles player too, but I just think that Mickey was just an outstanding player for the X-Sync. So it's going to be interesting to see if Masera can kind of do the same things that he brought to the old Sync team lineup, because this is definitely a Sync lineup for sure, 100% here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to see how he can perform, if he's going to take off, you know, that 300, 400, 500 TPM Pebbles in the mid lane. Looks like we have some action brewing, maybe.
Yeah, very possible. Deadwood's up here. I mean, obviously, you know, Panties Boys, as they're known by last cycle. Obviously, again, this is somewhat of a different team even, but Zap leading that lead. They like to do this path here, you know, go the kind of different way. Now, Swiftblade is going to run up here first, and actually Deadwood will start falling back. So, obviously, the Hellborn team, they spotted them for a while there. Just did not have the numbers, though, to fight, so not going to risk it there. And Sync will eventually fall back into their lanes. But, yeah, I mean, this is essentially only left, of course. I mean, technically Masera was part of the team, but, you know, that was really only last cycle for Panties Boys. So it really is just left from the original Sync team here. So, but as you pointed out, this is a very Sync lineup at the same time. So across the board, it's going to be interesting to see how this works for this new Sync esports team.
I honestly don't think they were planning to get some kills up there. What they wanted was to put that Void down. They want to focus a lot on the mid lane, because they know Root of Sea is pulling into the jungle, so he will be trying to gank mid. And if they see him coming, they will be safe. And if they see him walk away, it might be a chance for them to initiate onto the Deadwood. So they're putting a lot of resources onto the mid lane here.
Yeah.
But they're actually going to safe farm the Pebbles and then have Swiftblade mid. Alright.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I thought they were going to contest the mid lane with 2 heroes there and Ophelia ganks. But they go with the safe route here.
I was gonna say, where they maybe be concerned about the Deadwood versus Pebbles matchup. Deadwood, you know, being a lot of the physical damage, the low armor on Pebbles. Would that be of a concern?
It definitely is a bit, but he still needs another hero to support him in there to get the kill. Pebbles still has a high life total outside of that, and he doesn't really have the capabilities to land the stun as easily. Of course, you can always throw the lock, but there's always the chance to miss it.
Yeah.
And the dance floor still keeps you kinda. It helps you, so yeah. I'm a bit surprised. I think they just want to go for the safe farm and then have like guaranteed. Okay, Pebbles is gonna have the blink after 10-11 minutes, and then we go from there instead of contesting in mid.
So
but I am surprised since they voided it up. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that they actually didn't void it or went there, since they did put the void up here, so they should have the advantage in the lane. They have good vision around it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's a very interesting ward site right there that they placed, definitely. As you pointed out there, to see Magnus perhaps going to be coming in, but that'll keep Swiftblade pretty safe here. You see right there spinning on the creep wave to get all the creep kills for it. Bottom lane, Lodestone. Make is able to avoid what could have been a kill chance right there. Stalagmites, it looks like it just missed, as he was able to rock control away. So good getaway from Maki right there. Clearly a lot of pressure on him as he's ultimately facing against 3 heroes down there with Ophelia in the jungle. Top lane, Behemoth in that suicide. Don't expect much of him as far as success there necessarily. He's going to start roaming early on, as you would expect. He has the Striders here. Ooh, middle lane. Oh, he's got the ward, though.
Lodestone on Ophelia here. It could be a Bloodlust.
Or, well, one of the two. The hasted Lodestone, yeah, but nope. Rhapsody's going to support there.
If he had 15 more mana, he could have killed Ophelia. That's unfortunate for him. But I mean, still nice of him to force the Rhapsody rotation, put down some pressure, force 3 heroes to deal with him.
Yeah.
He's actually doing quite well, level 3 already.
Not too shabby for against the pseudo-Trallin, as I was getting at there. So, again, same thing as Behemoth. Behemoth also managing level 3 here. Already has the early Striders. Going to stride on towards the middle lane. He tried to gank middle, but Deadwood again with that ward easily avoids it. We'll see if Behemoth gets a different angle right here. He's going to stack the Ancients in the meantime. But Malakin is free farming away at the top lane while this is happening, so always a threat there. Keep an eye on that. Balthazar again playing it here, but yeah, Masera on the Pebbles in the short lane, so getting them that early portal key, the goal here. We'll see. Are they going to keep him down here, you think, until he actually gets the portal key?
I think they're going to rotate until he has the blink, and after they push some towers, that's where they're going to look to put action down there. But they might do some 5-man and just start from that, and then just, yeah. That's what I would assume, that they go 5 after he has the blink. But they could have action rotate down here and start farming the jungle, push out the bottom lane, and then the other players make space for him. Depending on how Behemoth's game goes, it's also possible that he goes down here and farms the blink, and then Pebbles goes to make space for him.
Oh, Lodestone. Interesting spot right here, stacking some Ancients. He had a little bit of pressure coming over, but he's going to be fine, just more so. They're protecting the Invis rune that actually Behemoth will pick up. Now, he was seen doing this, so obviously the Hellborn side has plenty of information that was picked up, and you see Deadwood kind of playing it pretty safe right here as a result of that, perhaps. Yeah, this could get scary if he goes up a little too far right here for Boxy.
Yeah, definitely, but I don't think they have the damage either way. They need him to be blocked off and then get like 2, 3, 4 auto attacks each at least on from Behemoth and on Swiftblade. But now he has 6 and there's no chance.
You see right there, the Rev 4 goes down, trying to maybe spot him. They're going to go to Swiftblade, and Falcon Punch comes out, and Swiftblade is going to... No, the bottle charge is not enough, though. Haxorn will fall in the end. Boxy lines it up perfectly and eventually gets the kill, so... I don't know, was that Haxorn maybe underestimating, or is it just well played by Boxy, you would think? As bottom lane, hold that thought, because Lodestone's in some trouble. He was going to rock control away, though, immediately, and Make will be fine, it looks like, so... Good catch by him, although there's the poor man's portal key, so maybe not over just yet. Staccato stun's coming out. Stalagmites will connect. The Minotaur stun happens. And Make, what I thought surely was going to be a getaway, is not in the end. Well played by Masera right there. chucking in Rhapsody. So, well, both teams end up with a kill, but Bloodlust in favor of Deadwood, though.
Yep. To answer your previous question, it's a combination of both. I mean, Haxman definitely underestimated it. He could have spun right away and just not gotten punched, but he thought he could just stick through it and just waited, and he wouldn't. He thought he was safe for sure. And Boxy knew his limits, because you usually don't Deadwood ulti unless you know you have the kill.
Yeah.
So, well played from him. He's been playing the hero a bit lately, so I think he's starting to get comfortable into what his limits are on the hero.
See right there, immediately ports in, throws out a Rotten Grasp, but he still has a little bit of mana regen, so figures he'd try. Comes up a little short right there, but that ultimate is going to be up in about 20 seconds once again. That's what helps make Deadwood such a great potential hero. The cooldown at, well, I guess our lower level's 100 seconds, but so, you know, at the same time, not too long. And going to look for another kill chance, perhaps with the assistance of Lodestone here, as he's rotating middle.
He's spotted here, though.
Oh, Behemoth actually running away. Instead of going for the fissure block, he eventually gets it off actually for the stun. But Lodestone is going to be fine. So yeah, Behemoth almost acted scared right there rather than trying to make a play. And the delay perhaps missed a kill opportunity as a result. So Lodestone going to be fine though.
Coming back to the laning here, the laning choice not to go the dual mid with the vision that they had, the advantage of that. I think it's kind of come back to bite them here. I know, like, Boxy was winning the lane before Haxman died. I mean, it's just melee heroes against Deadwood. I think the only hero that can contest him is probably Riptide in terms of auto attack damage. So if play is definitely unfavorable there. So Boxy should have basically free farm in a one-on-one against the Swiftblade. So it favors them, and they have the top lane secured too, and Root of Sea is farming pretty good in the jungle here, 1300 gold, approaching his blink, almost 300 GPM. I mean, if you're not roaming onto a Magnus, it is possible to farm in the jungle a portal key in a reasonable timing, about the 12-13 minute mark, if you're not contested, which he isn't in this case.
Yeah.
So I like it to just to keep farming here.
Yeah, if there's a team that's very familiar with this Jungle Magnus, of course it is Bad Monkey Gaming. They've done this many times throughout history. So, again, they really have been coming back to their roots, I feel like, as far as this whole polling idea with the secondary jungler, secondary support that is. And Magnus, a very specific hero for that. So, yeah, he's working towards that portal key. Bottom tower, though, it's going to be pushed in, it looks like, fairly easily. I mean, 4 heroes essentially here to do it, so pretty understanding that they kind of just let it fall. They did get the top tower themselves, though, in the meantime, as Baltazar heading over the outpost. Oh, no, I thought he might have been getting his Whispering Helm right there, but not going to be getting that just yet, as he will head back, and there we go. So now he has the Whispering Helm, but the bottom lane, seems like Sync is interested in maybe continuing to push right here. They get the Ward of Sight behind the tower, already up, and yeah, they're going to go for it. So if you're Bad Monkey Gaming here, you got to defend, you think?
I think Magnus should keep farming in the jungle, keep farm your blink, and then you try and make a play onto the mid tower. If you're defending this, you need to make sure they don't have a ward, which Husen did here, and then you need to land some huge lodestone initiations, but he's not level 6 yet, so I don't think you can defend since he's not level 6.
Well, looks like for the time being, yeah, they're not going to either, so kind of agreeing with you there as the Disco Inferno's put down, healing up a little bit. You got Magnus rotating over the Invis, though, so that could be the difference maker. The Veiled Rod gang coming in. He hits 2 right off the bat. Port's coming in. Pyromancer with a stun on him. Pebbles. Here comes Malik. Can he get stunned before he can pop his ultimate? He finally gets it off, though, and Pebbles will be taken out. Rhapsody also in a lot of trouble. She cannot get away, and all 5 end up here to hold off the tower push successfully, and they get 2 hero kills in the process. So, well, they decide to go for the hold, and it works out, actually, in the end.
And the triple agents. Yeah, with the heroes that they have, I kind of underestimated it. I would have taken the safe choice and just farm the blink onto Magnus and then try and make a play into the mid lane with the blink initiation with eruption. But yeah, they could definitely hold this because they have the best heroes on the team. Huge stun from Root. And Pebbles was almost ported back there, but the Deadwood ulti finished him off just before. That was very close.
Yeah.
So huge for them. The tower is low, so I don't think they can defend it again. Lodestone just survived there.
Is it not? Oh, God, I was going to say, is it not deny range? It's 3 life out of deny range, so.
Yeah.
They can't do that just yet. We'll see, though, if that comes into play coming up here. But yeah, Lodestone managed to barely survive right here, but you look at a very comfortable lead already, only just over 10 minutes in. Nearly a 4,000 goal lead, 3,600 experience lead. Lex Talionis picked up by Deadwood. It seems like the Lex is kind of making a comeback with Deadwood becoming a little more popular again. And we've seen it several times here, so. Boxy a fan?
It's definitely a strong item. And I think it's really good on Deadwood, especially if you're not planning to farm a lot. He is 500 or 430 TPM, but it's gonna make sure he can solo kill anything right now, if he couldn't already. He can definitely get the pebbles with the Lex as well.
Bottom lane? No, okay. That was just Behemoth Illusion there. Portal key on Pebbles. You see Massera, he's been sitting here in the middle lane for a good 30 seconds or so. They're trying to bait out the Swift Blade, go for the counter with the portal key, but obviously BMG is pretty aware that something might be up, or just simply is not addressing it because there's nothing nearby. Now Deadwood is kind of creeping in here a little bit, but it looks like he's again playing it pretty safe. It seems like they're pretty aware right now that Pebbles probably at least has his portal key. I don't think he's actually shown it just yet, but you know, with the timings and everything, they could probably get a good idea that he has it. So. They're playing like that he does, which is good.
They're sitting behind each other. Magnus also has his, and they know Deadwood has his portal key. So both teams are trying to bait out the initiation from the other team. But it's yeah, they're playing careful, playing correctly.
Yeah, I mean, in the meantime, Malakin's just getting big, man. 500 gold per minute over here. He's well on the way to Insanitarius, so I think this Legion side has to kind of kick something in gear here in the near future.
Definitely. They have to voice it soon here. Maybe they wait for the Astrolabe Ophelia. I'm not sure if he needs 1,000 gold or just 400. But when he has that, they definitely have to make a play happen. And maybe Abyssal Swift is almost here, so they have the teamfight items to do something. If Rhapsody could hit level 6 too, that would be a key to going for the mid tower or the bottom. Mid lane.
Yeah, middle lane, there is going to be an engagement right here. Pyromancer missing the sun, more so maybe immune right there. Magnus gets caught off to the side by the Stalagmites, and he is going to be taken out, actually. So Rudicy goes down. Finally a catch for somebody. In this case, it happens for Sync Esports here, actually. So good jump from them. In the meantime, again, Malik can continue to farm elsewhere, but they're going to go for that middle tower push now. Double Vagabond leaders and Ophelia being here. So here comes the big group up from the Legion side. And it's going to be an easy tower kill in the end. Only their second tower kills were 13 minutes in. I mean, it's not bad, but you know, this definitely is a team that has pretty good push potential with Rhapsody and Ophelia especially.
Definitely. They have to be careful on the Hellborn side. Every time they lose a fight or they get picked off, it is going to result into losing a tower, probably, depending on where the fight takes place. So they have to watch their steps here. Whereas if they kill someone else on the Legion side, they're probably not going to get a tower. They don't have any push heroes. They're just relying on getting to the late game with the Malakin, which they are in a really good spot into doing here. Definitely Legion side that are on the clock. So yeah, they're in a good spot. BMG, that is.
Coming up to about a 2,300 gold and 3,100 experience lead for BMG. So obviously going down a little bit, but as you pointed out, still in a pretty good spot, specifically in the Malakin. Continuing to look very good. I'm sure that Shrunken Head going to be next in line here. Be pretty powerful in general, but especially against this Legion team here for him to pick up. And then has that Holy Trinity of items once he gets that. The Lodestone getting this portal key right there. Good timing as well. Going to try to help defend this bottom lane. You see him drop it right there. Act like he doesn't have it. And is perhaps going to try to deny this tower. The Creep Wave, though, didn't attack the tower. Actually, okay, there we go, the Ballista. So it is going to be in deny range now. And the Lodestone should be able to take care of that. So that's going to be another benefit for BMG right here. As in the top lane, you see they're baiting out this Malakin right here. There's a lot of this going on in this game between both of the teams.
Oh, he missed it down
bottom. Did he really miss it? Oh, boy.
Yeah. That's, shouldn't happen. The tower had 2 HP after he tried to hit the last out attack, so he may, yeah. That's unfortunate. So a gold boost for them, up top.
Oh, wow, Behemoth. Yeah, they initiate onto him. He pops a shockwave. Here comes the mass TPs, the Blazing Strike to finish him off, but now Malakin's in a little bit of trouble right here. He's going to try to make the getaway. It ain't going to happen, though. Too much lockdown. You do see Pyromancer actually make the escape right there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Slap gets picked off. Obviously, as always, one of the unfortunate things up in Ophelia, she can't mass port with the team. Kind of has to run there or try to get away elsewhere. So at least they get something out of it, but still a kill on a Malakin. Big news for the Legion side. Even despite losing
definitely.
2.
It wasn't too bad. They still, like, the important thing when you have a hard carry like this is to also keep the rest of the team in the game. And if they can get some kills, they get definitely able to contest into the late game when you have a single core lineup. If you have something like Malikan, Mage Bane, Dark Lady, sometimes you see it when they have a Mage Bane, it's all Mage Bane and the rest is like 200 GPM. So it's not too bad that he dies here and Deadwood gets a kill onto Ophelia bottom either. And they did get the kill onto, who was it, Zipper, right? So,
yeah,
not too bad. Huge turn from him getting his ulti and Fisher off before he died. Else that would have probably not resulted into a Malikan death.
Yeah. Well, that, of course, did plenty of damage right there. So he does have 1930 gold also saved up as Resurrect's going to farm out this last creep wave right here. Try to finish that portal key if he feels safe enough for it, that is. So we'll see. By the way, guys, again, today, obviously kicking off with day number 2 of the group stages. So didn't mention, this is the only match going on right now, but obviously we'll have 2 more series we're going to be covering throughout the day here after this one. All them 2-game series, as always, with the group stages. But also, BMG, they did play a match yesterday, actually, against you guys, Evil Corporation, and they lost it 2-0 there. So still with the 0 points, trying to at least get a point, if not more, against Sync, who's playing their first series currently. So to help catch you guys up as far as what we're looking at here. But as far as this game, again, continues to be somewhat of an even game right now. At least that's what the Golden Experience somewhat says here. You do see the item choices on hacks for him. We went the Abyssal Skull first. He's been sitting on the Mighty Blade. Looks like he's okay. He's going to go Firebrand here, so I was interested about that Mighty Blade, but wanted it just for the health purposes for the time being, and is going to build a Firebrand. So I guess, again, it goes back to there's a lot of burst here on this Hellborn side, so any bit of health helps.
Yeah. And I like that Serenia is avoiding the Ancients. It's a huge bunch, or a huge reason to why Malikan farms a lot. It's the triple stack Ancients that he can clear out really quickly. Oh, they do see them walk over here, so they're aware that they have vision on it. But I think he should try and keep avoiding them throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah. Keep it countered. Malikan is a very good hero for that, so makes sense for sure. Take care of that. Behemoth bottom lane, he's pretty sure he showed himself right there having the portal key. I guess Zibe's not necessarily too concerned about making that a point at least, so Hellborn team, as long as they're paying attention, should have that information there.
He does have the max heavyweight build, so he's actually good to fight here, or good to go, if they choose to force it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maxing that out, interesting. Makes sense, though. Get that portal key. Maximum efficiency from it.
Exactly.
A lot of shrunken heads are going to be coming out of here, seems like. Malikan and a Deadwood both working on one. You got Pebbles working on one. Swiftblade, I'm curious,
Probably
actually.
I think.
The Frostburn? Okay.
Yeah, I would assume. He does have the Blade Frenzy to rely on here, at least early on.
Yeah.
That should be enough.
They're going to roam as a team right here into the Ancients. There's a Rev Ward, if anything, that's definitely spotting this, so still the Hellborn team pretty aware of that. But still the Ancients still in the meantime. But obviously not going to get any kills out of it necessarily or anything like that. So what are we what are we waiting for right now, you think? If you're BMG at least, as far well actually hold that thought because we have a jump here. Middle lane possibly. Swiftblade going to scout it out with his Invis route. He's going to spot Magnus. This is going to be a big opening most likely. Meanwhile, what the hell happened back there? Pyromancer gets picked off by Macera, and here we go. Deadwood jumps in. Vagabond hits Rhapsody. Rhapsody is in trouble. The Achilles touch, not enough. She goes down. Ultimate pop by Malikan in the background. Swift slashes, though, bouncing between creeps and Deadwood. Deadwood taking the spin damage. He's trying to clear cut through the trees. He is going to be successful, actually, and Malikan does ultimately fall back. Top lane, Lodestone. He actually got involved up here with Behemoth. Both of them end up living. That was a really interesting fight. I mean, only the both supports died in the end.
Yeah. I assume that he must have ultied in and then maybe missed the ulti and then hit the head smash and then Zipper turned around with his ulti and his abilities and then Lodestone just got out.
Yeah. Since
he did have 400 HP. I'm assuming that if he hits it, he's not having 400 HP if he hits both the W and the Shadow Storm.
Mm-hmm.
So then I think Behemoth is dead. But yeah, that was an interesting fight. They pick off the Pyromancer right away, and they use the Ophelia point back onto Pebbles. So he was not there, and that was a clue for BMG to go, and they did get the Rhapsody. So interesting sequence of fights there.
That makes more sense. Yeah, I was wondering because just kind of glanced over at Pyromancer as the fight broke out. I was like, wait a second, where the hell? But yeah, so he got ported back. But if that was the case, definitely should not have tried to go further, you would think. So, well, again, only a 1-for-1 in the end, so I guess both sides not necessarily too disappointed with that outcome. As we had the 1-versus-1 of Lodestone versus Behemoth going on in the meantime, it resulted in no deaths. So again, those Shrunken Heads, though, going to be coming along. You know, especially once Malikan has it. You think once the Shrunken Head's finished on Malikan, is BMG going to now make a point to push towers here?
They could, but they don't really have to. I think they might go for something like a Conqueror attempt, and then go for towers. I think that's their line of play. But they need the Shrunken Head first, and I think Deadwood is still 1600 off of his, so that's not something they're waiting for. But I think they're content just farming and then trying to find pickups with Deadwood, Lodestone, and Magnus. They only need 2 of them. Then, yeah, they can go in pairs of 2 if they want.
Oh, we'll do his touch coming out right there, trying to save Rhapsody. Not enough, though. Behemoth jumped in and gets caught by the wrong grasp in the meantime. But Deadwood did just use his ultimate to get that kill. Pebbles, he finds Magnus before he can TP out, meanwhile. Gets the kill on him. The Shatterstorm was activated by Lodestone, by the way. But he chose not to jump in the end. Realized that at that time wasn't going to be worth it, or was maybe trying to bait out there. But in the end, it doesn't end up connecting. So another 1-for-1 exchange. This one in favor of Sync Esports here. So they get the Magnus kill. But in the meantime, Shrunken Head is picked up now on Malikan. So we'll see how that transition works. Meanwhile, Macera, a lot of these quick picks happening. That's another one right there. On Fusen.
I think it's getting to a point where they believe that Haxran can outcarry this. He's slowly but steadily farming away, and he's actually at 480 almost.
Wow, yeah.
So I think they're confident in this, trying to outplay them in terms of the hero kill pickoffs here. So yeah, I think both teams are fine with where this is going. They're trying to find pickoffs and just waiting for the carry to get items.
How would you feel if you were these teams here?
Like, you just got the better exchanges on the Legion side, so I think you're actually fine just farming. But at the same time, I would also be fine farming if I had a Malikan with a Swiftblade. I would believe that Malikan is a way better carry than the Swiftblade. But of course, it comes down to initiation. But I would rather have a Malikan free farming 500 GPM than a Swiftblade 500 GPM.
All right. Well, we'll see again how it plays out here. The gold does continue to be even, but as you're talking about, both teams seem like pretty content on, though, playing the drawn-out game if that's what it takes here. So, Lodestone following up the portal key, gets a tablet of command actually here against this Legion side. Pretty good item to have. Macera did finish his Shrunken Head as well, so has that follow-up initiation tool. And it looks like Haxran is going to be going to Assassin Shroud next, by the way, so... Seems like it's a pretty popular kind of follow-up build lately on Swiftblade here, more on that carry role. Assassin's Shroud to follow.
Not too bad here. He might also be able to find a pick off himself with the Swift Slashes. He's 16 now, highest level of the game with Malikan. So anything he Swift Slashes connects to, that's alone will die.
Oh, Pebbles jumping in. Malikan, he's in trouble. Here's a shockwave follow-up, and Magnus hits a counter, but Malikan goes down before he can pop his possession. Or it looks like he might have, but he still died anyways. Meanwhile, Swiftblade goes down, though, as well as Behemoth. So even losing Malikan, they used everything on him. Clearly, it backfired in the end, and it could be more. In fact, Pebbles goes back in on the Magnus, who's stunned in. Rhapsody gets caught, though. She goes down, and now Ophelia's in trouble. So Magnus did get taken out, but it might cover to the positive of the Hellborn side. Nice tablet from Lodestone right there, by the way, to avoid the stalagmites, and all of a sudden it's just Pebbles. He's going to go for the TP, and I believe he is going to be successful when it's all said and done. But a 4-for-2 exchange in favor of Bad Monkey Gaming. That fight had an interesting way to play out there, especially with Malikan dying off the bat. The fact that they still won it as well as they did.
Yeah, for sure. Normally, when you pick off the enemy team's carry like that, you are usually winning the fight. But they still have so much damage on all their heroes. Magnus does a ton of damage. Same with Deadwood, same with the Shatterstorm that landed onto Swiftblade, so they were able to get the turn onto him really quickly. And Pyromancer has a ton of damage too. I mean, if Pyromancer goes out of the fight, I would support Pyromancer with 50 mana. You know he has been doing a ton of damage. So even though it looks so good for them, but they still have a ton of burst on the rest of the heroes. So they need to catch more than him. And it's definitely a bit alarming for the Legion side.
Yeah, I would think so for sure. I mean, at the same time, also not using too much, not wasting all your up front there onto him because they show once again. Swiftblade, meanwhile, gets caught in the middle lane. Shadowstorm goes off, and Swiftblade is going to be picked off. He was just farming the middle. You look at all the vision around this middle lane, though, in favor of the Hellborn side. I guess there's a Redwood here for the Legion team, too, but yeah, they just simply caught Swiftblade as he was poking out a little bit. I mean, the first tower is even still up here in the middle lane and nearly 26 minutes in, but that might be changing here with Swiftblade killed. Although it seems like Sync might want it to defend here, but now with Macera getting picked off in the top lane, I don't know about that anymore. Not sure how that happened, but, well, I guess Shelwood just simply got the jump.
Those two pickoffs definitely shift the momentum into BMG's favor. That's huge for them. It's another 4K swing. It was 2,000 gold, 4,000 or 6,000 experience, but getting 2 kills on the 2 cores is that's huge for them.
Yeah.
On bottom Ophelia too.
She's also going to get Kyre most likely. Well, they might go for a turn on the low side. They just don't have a lot of damage here between Rhapsody and Ophelia, though. And now with Malik joining the party, all of a sudden Rhapsody and Ophelia are like, uh-oh. Although Behemoth is here as well. Magmaso gets his eruption off. He portal keys in pretty late with it. Still does enough damage, though. And Ophelia loses all her minions, goes down. Behemoth in trouble now, too. It is just snowballing out of control right now. Swift Slash is bouncing in, so here comes Swiftblade trying to make a play, but it's not enough damage to take out Malik, and now Swiftblade going to try to spin down Pyromancer, but now here comes Deadwood. Log is throwing 6 more seconds on the ultimate, although he doesn't have enough mana. Might not even matter. No, it will not. Oh my gosh, maybe. Never mind. Down goes Swiftblade. Meanwhile, Macera comes back. This was simply a resurrection. Does pick off. Looks like Lodestone in the end, so at least gets a little, and I mean a very little positive there to finish it off, because, again, big picture. Bad Monkey Gaming just all of a sudden exploding ahead here. What's been an even game.
Yeah. It's quite crazy. I mean, their bursty lineup is working out here. And I think it kind of started when they defended the tier 2 bottom as well as they did. That's, I think, the huge reason Deadwood Awasting is welcome a little bit here. Or is he?
Nope, he's going to get a kill. Yep, yes he is. Pebbles, it almost seemed like he was, it didn't seem like he was actually attacking. Unless I just didn't see that correctly. And now he's going to get caught himself as in jumps Malikin, pops the auto attacks with the ulti 4. One more. Is he going to get it off? He cannot. And Pebbles will barely survive right there at least. But now they're going to push the tower in. So, well, the bot's coming out here. But,
yeah. I think this is a strategic pause, thinking about, okay, this is the last couple of fights has not been going well. Okay, what's the game plan here? What do we do? What is our priority? What's our course of action to win this game? And they're definitely in a hole now. They need to get some pickoffs, and that's really hard to get, I think, because BMG can just walk together. And they all have 3 portal keys, so pointing in to assist whoever is getting gone on is it's not the hardest, or that's easy for them. So, yeah, I think it's a strategic pause here.
Yeah, thinking it over, definitely, but not looking too good. Not looking too good for Sync and their chances all of a sudden. Again, really a minute ago, it almost feels like, I guess a couple minutes ago even, this was actually a very, very even game, but then all of a sudden, that one pick, they tried to jump on a Malikin. Obviously, it did not work out. I mean, they got the kill, but then it backfired in the big picture, and then it's just been snowballing from there. I mean, you got nearly now 4,300 gold fact saved up on a Malikin, so he's going to have his next big tier item. You still see the Assassin Shroud being worked on by Swiftblade to try to at least finish that here. To have a little bit more mobility, a little bit more burst himself, and perhaps some nice catch potential. But the portal key initiation, the burst overall, this Hellborn side has definitely proven to be quite the hump to get over here. So I wonder what Malikin is going to be going for at this point. The Souls, the Demonic is always a good choice.
It is. I think getting the symbol was maybe the best, but yeah, the man up is getting the level 4 rift shards, but he should get the symbol. It's gonna guarantee them the win, I think, or at least the fights, unless that Slav's team here, or Sync, we can call them now, is pulling out some amazing team fight.
Oh, Behemoth.
If he gets the symbol, they're not gonna attack him anymore or go for him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So they'll try to kill his team. That's the thing. If he gets
That was interesting. Now, Behemoth is still going to die, obviously, to Deadwood as he jumps in, and Deadwood's going to get away. So, talk about a slap in the face, man. Not only does he get baited out by an illusion, pops his ultimate, but then he actually gets killed in the process. Oh,
when
boy.
Deadwood takes 900 damage from the entire Swiftblade ulti, that's when you know that this is not good. He did pick up the plate meal, so he's going for, what's it called, Frostfield plate here. And he hit Congo attempt. Yeah, this is looking very good for BMG.
Yeah, this is going to be a token of life from Malikan right here. He still doesn't even have his next tier, but as you're getting at, you like to see the symbol. And I mean, he obviously could easily buy that now, if not something else. So no matter what he gets, though, it's going to be impactful, no doubt. Top lane, Deadwood might be in trouble in the meantime. You see a 3-man gang squad here. They're going to port back Pebbles. I mean, that's not even nearly enough damage, so that'll just send him back, I guess. And that's that. But Kongor? Oh, yeah, it was killed. For some reason, I didn't think it was killed. Okay, so token of life on Malikan. What is he buying, man? I mean, he has 55. Okay, he is going to go the demonic in the end.
When you have a token, you don't need a symbol, so you need more damage.
True.
So, yeah, that's probably the best pickup there. The next best is the Rift Shards, but that's fine. That's the best one, outside of upgrading the Whispering Helm to a Symbol of Rage.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate. Swiftblade, he comes up here looking to kill Lodestone, who's at half-life. Lodestone literally portal keyed away, though, as he was on top of him with the Assassin Shroud. And it just happened to be pure coincidence right there. There's no way he actually knew, I'm pretty sure. Just simply kind of the same time. So he gets away.
It's that risky thing where, you know, okay, they're up here. I'm going for this last creep, and then I'm out. So, yeah. It's just on the foil. Like, Maka knows that they're up there, and that it's risky being there. But, yeah. It's just the timing.
How about this from Malikan, by the way, too? Taking over the Ice Ogre with the Whispering Helm and applying the armor to himself. I swear, I would love to see more of this, man.
Yeah, Ice Ogre, Wolf Commander. Also the Web Beast thingy on the
Web Beast Enchantress,
where you can, that's huge when you try to scout out Conquer fights. Because the enemy team doesn't know that you have that vision, or it doesn't show for them that you're scouting an area.
Yeah, it's
Swiftblade.
Fun to see that you're taking advantage here of other neutrals. Swiftblade, in the meantime, does get caught. A lot of burst on him. Now, he actually manages to live through it because of Ophelia. Both the Astrolabe and the Ophelia's touch come through right there. So good positioning from Zlapt, but Balthazar will now turn his attention to the tower instead and quickly drop that. So, I mean, not a whole lot used there, to be fair. I mean, sure, Deadwood did Willowmaker, but it's only a 60-second cooldown at this point, or 70-second, excuse me. So
exactly. So it's just they tried, they went out, nothing bad happened for them. So, and Ophelia's touch was used, so that's a longer cooldown. But they're not gonna force the issue, it seems. I'm not really sure if they're waiting for Deadwood to finish the front field plate or something, but they could go for it. Maybe they want the bottom tower first before they try and force the base.
And a safe route in that sense. A Storm Spirit onto Lodestone here. Another good saving tool, both for himself, but also teammate if need be. Yeah, especially when you're exposed after that Shatter Storm, it's good to either the barbed armor route or this route, the Storm Spirit. Kind of make yourself immune to everything. Bound Eye Rhapsody, they're scouting around, but actually, they need to be careful to get caught.
Definitely. Good voice from Fuse in here, scouting them out. Oh, Filia.
They get Filia, they sure did. Bloodbath for Boxy here.
It's just such a tough spot because they do have the Bound Iron Rhapsody actually, so he did manage to pick that up. That's pretty good for them. So they could take back control of that jungle, but that's not what they're looking for. They're not looking to take it back and start farming. They're looking to get some pickoffs. Pebbles does get the tower top, so that's a positive at least.
Is something. 11.5 thousand goldie though, 20,000 experience. Lake continues to look really good for Bad Monkey Gaming here. What they got going. You see Boxy in the middle lane again. He's 11-0-3 right here on that Bloodbath streak. So very impressive performance from Boxy, no doubt. He is going to be found as I say that, so Caster's Curse kicking in a little bit. I'm sorry, man. Okay, it's so much for that streak. Zibbe, actually a big bonus for him. Nearly 1,000 gold, actually, for Zibbe right there, so not too shabby.
That would buys back and gets the post haste, and they know that the ulti is down and the Swift Flashes. So this is just a window for them to get the racks.
Yeah, that makes sense there. Smart play by the Hellborn side. You do see Deadwood with the plate mail, by the way, too. Going to go for that Frostfield play. He jumps in, by the way, going right for Pebbles off the bat. Pebbles is going to drop. He does have a buyback. He's going to use it immediately. Yes, he will. Rhapsody got picked up in the meantime. And now Swift play trying to spin away. Malika doing so much right-click, though he still has a token. They're going deep all the way to the well. The Shatterstorm explosion kills Swiftblade, who buys back right away. Deadwood, Store Spirit onto him as he got chucked in. He's getting low on life due to the well. He will be fine. No, he goes down, actually. But Malikin's just sitting there. He's like a freaking turret on the outside of the well. You might as well give up now. They vote to pause. I'm going to assume that was meant to be a concede vote right there by the Legion side. So, yeah, GG, well played coming out. It is going to be a win for Bad Monkey Gaming right here as Lodestone will fall right there. So, but game number 1 going to be going to BMG here in this 2-game series. So, congrats to them. Started to get the pull away and eventually too much. So, yeah, it really seemed like it was a pretty even game for the most part, but really that one fight at the top jungle where They killed Malikin, but then they lost 4 in return for it, and it just kind of got out of control from there after the fact.
Yeah, I think the hugest point was that they managed to defend the bottom tier 2 and get 2 kills from it. That really slowed down Sync Esports here. So yeah, nice play from BMG, and it's still like it's easy to say after the game. I mean, if that bottom tier 2 push would have worked for them and they got out ahead, and then they would have snowballed from that point, but and maybe won the game. But you can always come back to that laning the Swift lane mid instead of the Pebbles and Rhapsody maybe, because Behemoth is an offlane hero that can easily roam mid too with Ophelia as well. I think they would have the advantage in any kind of clash coming out there, and they did void up for them, so they could have done that and maybe it would have went better. But impressive performance from BMG nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely it was.